Welcome back to Loan Officer Success Partner. I'm your host, Devin Dubuc, and today I've got new returning co-host, Jerry Holcomb.
Hey, how you guys doing out there today?
It's Jerry Holcomb. I got to give him trouble. We just had a post that went out on social.
I thought you got a promotion.
They added an extra O to my name on this social post, and I'm like, I guess I got to change my driver's license.
That's you. So that's you going by Jerry Holcomb.
That's right. It is me now. So, hey, my wife's going to be a little upset, my family, but we'll make it work.
Got to order new business cards.
I got all my social media's got to change.
That's it.
That's it.
Hey, my credit is much better now with the extra O.
That fixed a lot of problems. Thank you. That was good advice.
So, speaking of at random, who do we have today?
Yeah.
Who'd you bring along, brother?
Hey, man, this is my dear friend, Cory Turner. He owns Cory at Random,
Yes.
which is a video company to help agents and people, other companies, learn how to press record and get on social media. Cory, it's a great guy. We've known each other on a Square Box forever,
Yes.
and now we've been connecting up live, which is really great.
Yeah,
Tell us about yourself.
Absolutely, man. Well, first of all, thank you both for being on
thanks
here.
for coming, Cory.
Thank you for not changing my name. I have a hard time remembering my name as it is, but I appreciate that. But yeah, I'm super excited. I'm all about helping people capture their essence, who they are, building their brand, connecting with their database, all through media, all through video. It's tough.
Yeah.
I didn't realize when I started this, I'm asking people to jump off a cliff every single day, right? And then I asked them to climb back to the top and do it again. But
Every day.
every single day, like, wait, I got to do this again. Like, yeah. But, building camera confidence in people so that they can feel comfortable connecting with people through video, through social media. I know you and I have got to work together for a really long time.
Yeah.
Your videos are awesome. They're authentic. They're real. And that's what I try to do every day.
And they're not perfect. And that's the thing that I really like about it. It's not about being perfect.
That's right.
It's about doing them. It's funny. We were at when you were doing a training out at the Metrotex.
Yes.
And one of the agents that was there, she would not look at the camera. I pulled my phone out. It was not even turned on. And she's like, oh.
Okay, I kid you not. I kid you not.
I've seen that. John, we've seen that.
This is a grown adult, and no hate, but she was fine talking.
Yeah.
But the second the camera was on, it was literally burying her face.
Yeah.
And that saddens me.
Yeah.
Right? Because there's a person who has life experiences and knowledge.
That's right.
And does a great job at what she does.
Yeah.
And yet that we're just going to have to say what it is. It's that fear
It is.
of putting yourself out there just shut her down.
Yeah.
And because of that, there's a lot of people that could benefit from her and her services and what she does. And they're never going to be able to do that.
Yeah.
And she's not going to be able to realize how many more people she can touch by just saying, hey, you know what? This is me. I'm going to make some videos and see who I can.
Well, Cory, everybody has something to say in this industry, right? We've all got something to say. We've got a story. We've got a background. We help people. We've got stories of people that we've helped, right?
Right.
And, a lot of people don't realize that every one of those stories is something that somebody out there needs to hear, because there's somebody that's experiencing that same problem and they're thinking, not me, I can't be a homeowner, or not me, I can't buy that service, right?
That's right.
And if you just get out there and you share those services, those stories, those things that you've done to help get people where they need to be in life, right?
Yes.
It's going to bring you a lifetime of blessings, right? And that's what you're talking about, is not being afraid to share those stories.
We call it imposter syndrome, right? Well, why am I good enough? Do I know enough? Do I have enough experiences that someone would ever listen to me? So instead of sharing this and helping people, they just shut down. And we talk about it in the words of a flat tire.
Yeah.
So I'm stuck on the side of the road. I have a flat tire. I don't know how to change a flat tire.
Right.
I'm on 635. Traffic's going 100 miles per hour.
It is.
It is right there, right? Every once in a while I dodge because I'm like, that reflection.
I can see it. Yeah.
But let's say Jerry, which he's not this way because Jerry makes videos and does an amazing
He does. Yeah.
But let's say Jerry's one of those people that is like, you know what? I know how to change a flat tire, but I'll look like ego and they'll think I'm bragging. So I just drive by. I'm like, don't leave people on the side of the road. Like, it's not ego to tell people how you can help them.
That's right.
And telling people the experiences you've done and the successes you've had to help people get into a house or sell their house and get the most money out of it. Like, people are looking for someone who knows how to make this happen.
Yeah.
And if you don't share it, then you're hurting them.
That's true.
Right? You're letting people make really bad decisions.
You are, and again, the big issue I see a lot of people run into is also not necessarily just the ego, but it's, I don't look right for camera today.
Yes. Yes.
It's like,
oh yeah. Obviously I got over that, right? You can tell.
yeah, I think we all did.
When I show up and they're like, you're going with, okay, that's fine. You can go with that look today. I'm like, yeah, this is me. What's wrong?
Yeah. Got a face for radio.
That's exactly here, right. Yeah, that's it. And then I say a voice for newspaper. I think you taught me that, as a matter of fact.
Kermit.
Like, yeah, that's right. I have Kermit the Frog voice. You know, we don't like to see ourselves. We don't like to hear ourselves. And a lot of that is because we trained our brain to think we look a certain way or sound a certain way.
That's it.
Right? We look ourselves in the mirror. It's a reversed image of us. I'm sorry, you guys are ridiculous. The freckles on the other side of my face. What's wrong with you guys? So then when we see a picture, because our brain is a conspiracy theorist, it will rip that picture apart.
It does.
Systematically, to the point that it's like, no, never show it, when there was really nothing wrong with it, right? And like I tell in classes and people laugh at me, I'm like, I think I have this nice, deep, sexy, resonant tone, right? And then people laugh there and it hurts my feelings a little bit. But then the punchline to that is when I hear myself, I'm like, where'd Kermit the Frog come from? My voice goes up and down and sideways and like, what's wrong? And what we have to get people to understand is that's what you sound like.
That's you.
And that's what you look like. And you know what? Your friends, your relatives, your database, they keep coming back, which means you're okay.
They like you.
They like you. And they want you to be authentic and real. You know, I have coaches. We all have coaches.
You have to be coached.
I get in trouble. Corey, you're doing the 10 o'clock news today. And I'm like, oh, okay, crud. No one wants to watch the 10 o'clock news.
No.
They want to see me
authentic,
screwing up, being authentic, being real, just bringing out my phone.
Well, we were talking about that earlier today. You know, as far as, I think we've got a lot of people out there that are missing the authenticity.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, they don't know who to trust.
Right.
Because everything is, you know, not real. Right.
Exactly.
And that's what they're looking for, especially in the industry that Jerry and I serve. We're in the financial industry, right? We're doing mortgages, and they don't want to go with somebody they can't trust. It's exactly the opposite. They want to be able to trust you. And if you have to show up and look a very particular way, and that's not who you are off camera.
No.
And then you go to meet that person, and they go, that's not who I met. Right.
Well, I always ask the question, and you guys answer this. Is real estate a relationship business?
It is.
100%.
But we advertise it like it's a GQ magazine and it's totally perfect, and perfection's not relatable. So when they meet you, because our brains are conspiracy theorists, you're not living up to the image they've seen for 6 months. And there's just that, I can't trust you because something's not right.
That's it.
Instead, just be you, be real. We're not making for videos for people we hate.
Yeah.
We're making for videos for people that we like, that we trust, and we want them to trust us.
Well, and there's always going to be people out there that don't like us. That's okay.
Yeah, and you know what? I love them.
Yeah.
Because then they comment on my posts and the algorithm doesn't care. And then the people that love me are fighting back with them, and it's going back and forth. And I'm like, yeah, and I'm taking this horrible person who's sitting in a cave going, the world's terrible and you're horrible and you're stupid. And I'm embracing them, and I take them to the bank.
Yeah.
Because I make money on those views.
That's right.
And I connect with more people because the algorithm's like, hey, people are engaging. So it's really empowering. Making videos is really empowering if people understand that.
That's true.
That it's no longer, you're not a victim.
Yeah.
Like you're controlling the narrative. Whether someone says something bad or whatever, you can be in control of how you respond to it and how much money you can make.
It's so true. That's so true. So put out what you are, who you are. Be yourself.
Okay. So be real.
Yeah.
And it's okay. The journey you've been on, like, okay, my journey, you know, real estate agent, a movie producer and a director, right? I'm on IMDb. However, I made movies that were throwbacks to 70s drive-in horror movies that I love growing up. So you can't watch them. You won't respect me in the morning. You're like, I might. You might like it. You'd be okay. Yeah, you're good. Yeah, Jerry too. Jerry's like, movie night.
I watched them.
Of course, he's also
There's one playing over there.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I'm like, oh, that is mine. Of course, Jerry's like, why would you remake Tremors? I'm like, I don't know. It just seemed like a good idea at the time. Right? And then, you know, we've heard of a show called Cheaters.
You know, it does exist.
I was a cameraman on Cheaters. I wasn't on Cheaters. I worked on Cheaters, two different things.
I'm glad you specified
Cheaters,
that.
right? Yeah. So, you know, this weird background, you don't know what parts of your life people will gravitate to.
Yeah, it's true.
And our job is to give people enough of our personality to see who we are, to give them a chance to connect with.
That's right.
You and I talked about it earlier. Like, okay, Jerry refers me to you. Well, what are you going to do? Well, you're going to go on social
look
media.
me up?
So and if there's nothing on there that gives you a chance to connect with me, you just slide off to the next person.
Yeah. At the end of the day, again, it goes back to the whole people do business with people they know, like, and trust.
Absolutely.
And they may have liked and trust the person that referred you to them, But when they go to look you up, if it's nothing there, or if what's there isn't very appealing, right? Then they are probably just going to pick up the phone and dial the next person.
You're so right. Or call that nephew got their license yesterday.
Yeah.
Good luck with that. And
I trust them. That's my nephew.
Yeah. Like you send them down the wrong path. What are you doing? They're going to hurt them. You're so right.
So how do you help people overcome that? Because that's a lot about what you do, right?
Yeah.
You get out and you help educate and lead people to how to get past those fears and how to actually just start doing the activity that's really going to help them grow their business.
Absolutely. There's a million coaches out there. I think right now we're signed up to 1,100 different AI programs that make videos, change videos. I think there is so much noise within this space. The one thing we try to do is to clear all that away, kind of find out what you want to do, what you're trying to accomplish, and then systematically grow back from there. I think people need to get to the very basics of it. No matter all this beautiful equipment here. I mean, we're in a phenomenal studio.
We are.
I thank you for having me here.
Absolutely.
An amazing crew back there that's taking care of us and
these guys are amazing.
Right? And so we think if we go out and buy all this stuff and buy all these apps, confidence will immediately come with it. And it doesn't.
No.
So we really have to start with confidence, who you are. Like we have one that's like a 30-day video boot camp. We call it video diet, right?
Yeah.
It's simple videos to make every single day so that you get bored with the process of making videos. So that your energy is all about your content, not I got to set up this light, and I got to set up that
Doesn't
camera.
matter.
None of that matters.
None of this,
right?
by the way, none of this, I mean, these two guys over here.
Today they matter.
None of this matters, right? None of this matters, right?
And this is all great.
Yeah.
And you may find that your audience wants this, but you also may find your audience just wants you to go be like, I just got out of the gas station. You're not going to believe what happened. And they love that.
That's it.
Right. And so it's about a slow process of you feeling comfortable with it and only working within what you can do right now and then growing.
Well, you said something a few minutes ago about AI and video. What's your take on that? Right? Like, I know where I stand, right? But I want to know where you stand.
I don't know when this is going to be released, right, or whatever, right? I mean, we're probably live right now, so whatever.
We probably are.
There's been some big announcements that have come out where it is scary.
That's right.
Like it looks real.
It does.
The only problem is with most of the AI right now, like we did, what was it, like 2 weeks ago, we were doing a thing on showing people how to make their own avatars and it looks like you and kind of talks like you.
Hey, Jen.
Remember earlier I said like your brain's a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
And it detects something wrong and it feels uncomfortable. It doesn't like maybe is going to hear you out. It wants yes or no immediately. So it usually will find resources that turn you to wherever you're already leaning so it can file that away. If for 6 months I have fallen, I won't say in love. How you doing? Good to see you. Right? I've really connected with you.
That's right.
Over 6 months of this avatar. And then you show up and you're not talking like Max Headroom, like, hey, welcome to this and show you this house today. My brain has, I think you're being dishonest.
Amen.
So right now, AI is wonderful for some mass stuff and for some business stuff. But when it comes to personality, real connection with people, right now it has to be you.
I couldn't agree with you more.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree with you more. And I think you can use AI for fun things. I'll give you an example. I've got a loan officer on our team, Dom Arias. And, Dom, this is what hazing looks like in 2025.
Okay, here we
Pulls
go.
one of my videos.
Oh, boy.
And, he knows I have an obsession for sneakers. And so he puts a chat GPT together of me with my obsession for sneakers, drops it out on social, and uses a cloning program. And it's me talking about my obsession for sneakers.
Yes.
But it was abundantly clear that it wasn't me and that it was AI, and it was really funny, right? And so I took it from him and I'm like, hey guys, apparently this is hazing your boss in 2025. You know what? That's great, right?
Yeah.
Because now you've got me, you've got my personality saying, hey, this isn't me, but damn, it's pretty funny, right? I think that's perfectly fine, right? So there's a time and place for it. But when you're trying to sell a service or be of service to your community, right? The only way to do that is to be you, the real you, whoever that is, right? Yeah. Like that's it.
As imperfect and as beautiful
it's
as
imperfect.
you are, right? Because
I don't know about the beautiful part.
But it is, right? Like that's why people that care about you care about you.
Amen.
It's the imperfections.
That's it.
It's not the perfection points that do it. And right now, AI is scary. I got caught into a trap the other day. I was needing some information on something. I went and found a podcast. I'm listening to it. I'm 15 minutes in and I was like, wait, this is perfect. And it was an AI. It was someone had just generated a podcast of two people talking. There is a website right now with a huge actor who has, it's all these motivational quotes from him, hundreds of thousands of views. All these people are like, oh, you've touched my life. Da, 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 da. It's not real. It's not him. It's all AI that's created all this. So we're in this world where with AI, I can drag you in any direction I want. But when it's really authentic in me and it's not perfect and it's a little this and my hair's a little out of place and all that, it grounds people back to you. And I always tell people, don't get great at easy. And the AI is easy. I can push a button right now. We can make 15 videos and tell everybody about everything. Be great at the really hard stuff because that's what matters.
Yeah.
So that when you show up, those people are like, it is you.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about this. So we know the why. Why do we want to be on social media in today's world if we're in the real estate industry, right? Well, because when somebody goes to look you up, they need to know who you are and if they can trust you.
Yes.
But I'm uncomfortable with social media. We've already explored that you look like you look like.
Yes.
How do we get past that?
Okay. So the main things you have to understand is, let's say you're a real estate agent.
Yeah.
Okay. Your job is to market that house to its fullest extent. As a matter of fact, you have put your client's needs above even your own financial needs.
That's right.
Okay. So now we know we put ourselves in kind of a vulnerable spot. We're talking about our money. Your job is to market that house to its full extent, which means in today's world, I have to market myself to the point that I gain enough views, attention, and engagement through social media platforms that when I list that house, I'm giving them the best opportunity to be exposed to the most amount of people. So from a purely business standpoint, if you're not doing social media and promoting yourself to gain her attention for your listing, you're cheating your seller and your buyer. And the other part is, you know, this thing was going off a second ago, so I'm going to take it out of my pocket.
Do it.
This is where everybody lives. They're here. And if we were all sitting in this room just waiting for a buyer or a seller to walk in, we'd be sitting here forever. So I always tell everybody, if you're happy with how much money you made last year and you're okay making less year after year after year to the point you're not relevant anymore, then don't like to see yourself or hear yourself. And that's tough love. And I don't always like the tough love because we're fun, right? We have a great time, but there comes a point where you have to understand that the business has shifted.
That's right.
When I started in 95 as a real estate agent, I sent out 1,000 8.5 by 11 black and white under contract in 3 days. I learned how to fold it so I could take it to the post office to get bulk mail. I wouldn't get anything with that today. I always say too, if miming sold houses today, we'd be here like, learning how to teach mime. But it's not.
Well, I think, you know, Cory, it's not even just that that's not going to move anything. It could, right? You know, to the right person, they get it and they go, okay.
Right.
But it's also how many people are you getting in front of?
Absolutely.
Right? You're limited.
That's exactly
you know, last time that I looked, and of course there are paid services, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube. Those are free marketplaces.
You have $1 billion algorithm you can turn to loose working for you. Because I always say, you don't know when someone's 11:30 is. What I mean by that is, you know, I've been watching you for 6 months. I love all your videos.
That's right.
I don't care about your real estate videos, but I love dogs and cats and horses and cars and whatever you're showing me. Great places to eat, vacations. 11:30 at night, I get a call from my boss. You need to put your house on the market within 3 days. We're transferring you. Well, I love postcards. I love marketing. I love it all. But they're not going to show up at 11:30. And if Jerry crosses my window at 11:30 and says, I'm ready for you, now I'm going to file this restraining order on him, so he's going to be tied up.
Has he done this before you?
Yeah.
He did.
Hey, I'm not going to confirm nor deny.
I know that's how I got that's it. That's right. That's why I have the extra O.
Yes, that's right.
Oh boy, he's here. But so I'm like, the algorithm will show up at the right time and put you in front of that person at the right time that's invaluable. And it's free.
It is. Well, and I heard you say something. I was to speak the other day, and you pulled the phone out, so it triggered me.
Yeah.
You know, you said, "Hey, you've got this little square here."
Yes. Yeah.
Inside of your phone. Right?
Yeah, we think Facebook and TikTok and Instagram is huge, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's that one square, one video at a time.
Yep.
And if you're not consistent with your content, if you don't do the things you need to do, they're not going to help you grow an audience, and the algorithm's not going to.
That's it, 100%. Well, and I think there's another thing to point out there, you know, is again, we look at all these superstars. You know, I had somebody on earlier today, and he likes to use Dwayne The Rock Johnson. I think you pick your superstar, right?
That's exactly right.
You know, but at the end of the day, you know, we know who that person is because why? Because we see him all the time.
That's exactly right.
Where we go,
we've emotionally connected with that person.
We're connected with that person. So we've got these little squares in our phones: Facebook, LinkedIn, you know, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Right. Whichever, choose your platform or choose all of them, right? Because you're going to meet people where they want to meet, right?
That's exactly right.
But now you can be their Dwayne Johnson. Right?
Exactly.
And, you know, you talked about this too, and I love, you mentioned it briefly a second ago, but I love this. Become your local celebrity, right?
Yes.
For the markets that you serve. And what do we mean by that, right? Go out and show them the city, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Show them the things that might be of the things that you love.
Yeah.
People want to know that.
Yeah.
Right?
If you want to be the rock star in this community, then show me why I should move to this community. Yeah. What are the mom and pop stores and the great restaurants? What is the plaque under the water tower? Who is it honoring? What's it all about? I drive by it every day. I don't know. Like, become the person that is showing the benefits of living here.
That's right.
And then that whole community is going to gravitate around you and be like, hey, will you come to my restaurant and do a video? And hey, would you come by and drop by and show my store? And all of a sudden now you're the center. Now, all of that only works if you come from a place of giving and caring and wanting to enrich other people. If it's all about ego and you, it's not going to resonate.
Yeah.
But if you really care about people, care about that community, that's how you do it.
Well, you know, last time I looked, I think it was around 4 years ago, the entire state of California moved to Texas.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm talking to you, John. And
glad to have you.
Yeah, we love you here, by the way.
Say.
Yeah, you're amazing. You know, but when that happened, I'm sure a lot of those people were looking at what part of the city should I connect to?
Oh, yeah.
Right? And if you're out there showcasing all the things that are great about your neck of the woods, you know, that's going to help lead those people directly to you and the service that you provide. You know, I remember, you know, when I bought my first house, I was new to Texas. I moved here in 2000.
Okay.
And it was around 2003 when I decided, hey, it's time to go ahead and, you know, we're going to make it official, right? This is it. We're buying the house.
This is home.
And it was like, well, where do I buy? And, you know, how did I have to find that? Well, I literally had to drive from city to city and go, nope, I don't like this. Nope, I don't like this. Man, this feels like home, right?
Yeah.
Well, guess what? You can do that for your people.
Absolutely.
You could go out and go, hey, you're thinking about moving to Frisco, Texas? You're thinking about moving to Plano, Texas?
Yeah.
Right? You're thinking about moving to Saskatchewan, right? I don't care what your market is, right?
Wherever you are. Because what they're going to do is like, okay, so they're going to search best real estate agent in Plano. Then they're going to be like, what do I do with the kids on the weekend? Do they have a 4th of July parade? Do they decorate for the holidays? Like, what's the best Italian food restaurant? What's the best club? What's the best soccer team? What's the best, like, your SEO is going to explode because you're hitting all the things they're searching for in a community that you want to be the rock star in. There was a coffee shop in my hometown that for like 3 months, if you search for it, it was my video you saw. Because I was just talking about, hey, who loves this place? And I just filmed the coffee cup, and you don't understand how
a lot of people love it.
Yeah, and a lot of people love it.
And everybody that loved it made it popular because everybody came on and said, yes, that is the best coffee in the city.
Yep.
And now all of a sudden your video plummets to the top.
And then the beauty is now
rises.
They're within my ecosystem now. And now the algorithm and social media is going to keep them here and find out how many of them really will love me and start helping me gain more connection with them. And now my database is growing of people there. So it's like I just exploded through all these other databases because I took a moment to say, hey, this is
well, you hit the algorithm, and I think a lot of people need to understand part of what that means, right? So now somebody's commented on something you said. Now social says they know each other.
Yes.
They should be seeing more of each other's things.
That's exactly.
And now all of a sudden, because you know each other, you don't. Yeah. They just commented on something that you posted.
That's right.
Now all of a sudden they see your stuff scrolling across their page, whether they like it or not.
Yep.
You've now become a part of their life.
That's exactly right. You have fallen into my orbit. And now the algorithm, which is designed to make money for these huge companies and wants to show people stuff they love, is going to keep sending them stuff to find out. Yeah. And then within our coaching, we also talk about how you got to engage outwardly. So once those people are in your environment, in your thing, your database, all those people, we teach you how to engage with them. So the algorithm understands why you watch me.
That's right.
Once it figures that out, it's going to go into your database and bring all the people that share those same characteristics that should love me.
Amen.
We're not making videos for people we hate.
Yeah, no, it's all about the people that gravitate to you. It's like a magnet. You want all the people that comes to the positive side of you. The ones that are negative, that's fine. They're wherever they are. But the positive side of that magnet is what you're looking for. And those are the people that are going to understand and feel something of an emotional bond just by watching the stuff.
Yes.
Well, Cory already talked about that too. Even the people that don't like what you do, if they're commenting, you're going to have your people that love what you do commenting right back, duking it out. Yeah. And you talked about this the other day about a video that you posted where people duking it out.
Yes.
You actually made money on that.
I made money on it, right? I got 700, what we looking at, over 700,000 views showing one thing I love in shoes. And then they showed, it was a special edition of these shoes There's a whole group of people that share my same love, and there was a whole group of people that hated it. And they just love to comment with each other on my post. But because of that, the algorithm doesn't care.
Yeah.
It sees engagement. So it pushes me up. So the people that I just then, to keep it rolling, I just go keep commenting on the people that loved it like me. And now they're commenting back to me. And what's really weird about this, I think everybody would love to be a movie star. Everybody would love to write a book. Everybody would love to be that person out in front.
Yeah.
But we all have those things where we don't. So suddenly you're a rock star. You're on all these different platforms. You're doing something super scary they can't do. You're a movie star.
That's it.
And when you comment back on their comment, it's like, oh,
He spoke to me.
gosh, that was,
She spoke to me.
They someone, oh yeah. And they like it. And it's emotional bonding that you don't get anywhere else that easy when they're ready for it.
Amen.
It's so bizarre.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
So obviously, you did get a lot of people that comment on the things that you do. You've built a beautiful social media presence.
Yep.
But what about the people that post something and nobody comments, nobody likes, right?
Yeah. So we have this problem about the little number, right? You guys are laughing at me because I'm going to talk about this, right? It's the thing of where we get so caught up in the views.
Yeah.
If I did a video today and I got 3 views or 2, most people would be really disappointed. But if I look around this room, there's 2 of you here. That was people. That was people that watched me.
That's right.
That interacted with me. My only job is to continue interacting with more people so more people see it.
Yeah.
And I got to understand it is not the algorithm's job to bring me people.
Yeah.
I got to do content that resonates. I got to engage with people. And I got to realize that every number there is a person.
Yeah.
Right. And so if I treat it that way and I grow, and I can get you to 40 views, but it's the right 40.
Yeah.
Magic. Could you imagine all of a sudden you're standing in front of 40 homeowners that are thinking about selling their house today and you're the person they're talking to? Anybody would pay any amount of money to be there.
That's it.
But that's what 40 views hit with you.
There's 2 things that I want to talk about on that. The first one is, first off, let's just say that you get 500 views, right? Now I want you to imagine yourself standing in the middle of a room, being surrounded by 500 people.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, right.
That's a lot.
500 people
That's a lot.
call you in the next 6 minutes.
That's it. How about, and let's say you get to 10,000.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot, right? So that's an astronomical amount of people that are seeing what you're doing. So we see 5, 10, 20 reviews. Still, imagine 20 people sitting in a room.
Yeah.
That's 20 views. But
there's something else to that. Like, I'm 1 million to 5 million views per month, whatever.
Yeah.
If you got 5 million calls tomorrow to list your house, okay, it's not going to work. And it's not realistic.
That's right.
So really the views doesn't matter, but it's that.
That's what I was about to get into.
It's just that
who is viewing
the right people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you get your audience built?
Yeah.
And the reason I was going to go with that is because one of my mentors talks about an event that he does a lot of events, but he did a particular event. And at the same time, one of our other mortgage professionals was doing an event in Houston area. So one was in Houston, one was in Dallas, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And so the guy in Houston said, hey, I had this great event. How many people showed up? I think we had over 700, right?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, wow, what a success,
good. Yeah,
right?
700.
What did it cost you? That cost me this. What'd you make? We actually lost a little bit of money.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
So then the one in Dallas says, well, how many people did you have? Well, we had about 100 show up, right?
Right.
Yeah. And what did it cost you? Well, I made 6 figures.
Yeah.
Who had more success?
Right. That's exactly right.
That's the same thing I hear with social media. Right?
Yes.
So who cares if it's 500, 5,000, 5 million? That's ego.
Yeah.
That's your ego talking to you.
That's all it is.
If it's 40 of the right people who need what you have to sell or you have to give, then that's what really matters.
And that's really all you should be aiming for, because none else of it matters.
Yeah.
I always say, and I can't remember who said this, I can't quote him, but life is a mirror, not a window. You should not be looking at comparing yourself to someone else, how many views they got or what they're doing. You don't know the story. They could be buying them.
100%.
There's all that. Your job is just look in the mirror and say, how can I be the best I can be today?
Yeah.
With what I have to work with.
And how can I get
Somebody I'm working hard, but right? How do I get a little bit better each day?
Every day.
Right?
Yeah, every
and
day.
if you don't start making videos, you never get good at videos. If you don't start making cold phone calls, you never get good at making.
That's right. Well, you bring up the comparison thing, and I always like to quote this. I don't know where I got the quote from, so whoever it is, if it's yours, thank you.
I think it's Jerry.
Yeah, it might have been Jerry. Holcomb. Yeah,
There we go.
It's comparison is the thief of joy.
Yes.
Right? Comparison can be the thief of the joy inside of you. Why is that? Because if you compare yourself to others, you're never going to stack up because of exactly what you just said.
Yep.
You don't know how long it took them to get to the thing that you love about them. and how many trials and errors they had to get there. But if you compare yourself to yourself, right?
Yeah.
And you know that yesterday I was here and tomorrow I'm there. And the next day I'm there, and the next day I'm there. And eventually you will become the person that you want to become.
That's exactly right.
And that's it.
Yeah.
And you just got to do it an inch at a time.
That's it.
And, going back I've been working with you since you started.
Then I went out on my own. Yeah.
Yeah, when you went on your own, man. And it was like, oh my God, I'm so glad you're where you're not, and which is amazing.
Yes.
But where you are now to start.
Thank you.
And I've supported everything I could do to help you to get that. And I'm watching these agents and these people that aren't hitting record starting to hit record.
Yeah.
And I'm watching them get better and better.
Yes.
And better and better.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden they're posting constantly. And it's like, oh my God, I feel so excited because it's like watching a child grow up, right?
Yes. It is so true. And what we've done, we've built this supportive community of everybody at different levels, but supporting each other and trying. We had one lady, every video starts off with, okay, and today buyers should. Now by the end, she's like, okay, she's loosened up. But now her videos start out comfortable and relaxed.
Yeah.
But if she hadn't have made 30 videos to get there,
that's right.
She'd have never found out that she has an audience that loves her.
Well, how about this? Hey there, all my followers, right? Or, hey there, all my great people out there, right? Hey, thank you so much for stopping by. Let me tell you something, right?
Yeah.
Talk to your audience. Yeah. Talk to them. They're right there.
Yeah. Hi, audience.
Yeah. Hey, how you doing?
How you doing today?
I want a knocking sound right now.
But you said earlier, like comparisons to the thief of joy. I was with somebody, and I do really well, right? I mean, I'm blessed. I sat down with someone like, I need some help, and I opened up TikTok, and I went, 142,000 followers. And I was like, I don't know exactly. Let's find out. And then all of a sudden they were like, they doubled their right back. Oh no, I bought all those.
Yeah.
There's no joy in cheating because you're always going to have a disclaimer and an asterisk. I would rather have 200 followers.
Yes.
That I earned that those 200 people love me, going to watch whatever I do. They're going to refer me business. They're going to buy from me. They're going to sell from me.
That's it.
Then to be able to say, show some stranger that I'll never take advice from and be like, well, I have 142,000.
Who cares?
Who cares?
Who cares?
Right? So it's like, this is just the new method of connecting with people. So instead of I still write handwritten notes and send postcards. I mean all that. Yeah. But now I can touch 200 people today. That's it. By putting out a video. I always tell everybody, okay, you probably have 100 people who want to go to lunch with you today. But you can't, right? But you can make a 30-second video and spend time with all 100 of them, and they get to experience what you're doing today. Why are you so selfish you won't spend 30 seconds with 100 of your best friends? So it's a funny way to look at it, but it's true. But like you said, it's just this fear thing where
it is. It's the fear. It's the fear. Who's going to watch me? Who's going to accept me? I think it stems back to childhood, right?
Yeah.
Who's going to bully me? Who cares? Let them bully. It doesn't matter, right?
I've directed great actors, right? And I come from the movie business. There's not an actor I know that's sitting through a premiere or walking the red carpet's not freaking out, sitting at the premiere that's not ripping their performance apart.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that was amazing. People are crying. You did it. Well, yeah, I could have done this. I got to blink. So you got to realize I'm not going to love it.
Yeah.
But I'm not making videos for me.
That's it.
I'm just making videos for you to have a chance to connect with me.
Well, I love that you said that because that's something that we talk about all the time. You do something and you got, let's just say 50, 100, I don't care how many people, it doesn't matter. We're not even talking about social at this point.
Yeah.
You're on stage somewhere, right?
Yeah, you're speaking.
And you're speaking and you get done and the crowd goes, wow, right? And then there's one person in the back and they're going, you suck.
Yeah.
Boo.
Here comes the tomato.
Yeah, 100%. Like, was that a successful speech?
Amazingly successful.
No question about it. Everybody loves it, but who do you focus on?
Oh, yeah. We focus on the one person that we'll never take advice from, that we would never work with us. And so we disregard all these people that would love to spend time with us because we're scared of that one person.
I think that's what happens with
if there's not somebody that's saying boo,
right,
then you're not doing your job. You're not telling people who you are. You're not being authentic.
Yes. Thank you.
You're not bacon. Everybody can't love you.
Yeah.
Or a taco. Yeah. Taco's good too. Either way, I like tacos. But
I like tacos. Bacon taco.
Bacon taco. Okay, somebody. But
squirrel.
But, if you're being so where you're not standing for anything. People don't know who you are. You're not authentic, and everybody loves you. They're not going to work with you. So there's got to be something about you that empowers.
So don't get scared.
You're the one.
Don't get scared, right? Who cares if somebody doesn't like it? It doesn't matter. I can tell you right now, my wife's looking at me and she's like, why are you even doing this? Right? Like, not all of it.
Right.
But some she's like, why are you doing this? Like, But then I've got somebody else that's almost going, dude, I love this. Thank you so much for this. That's who I was talking to.
You know,
it's talking to my wife.
I don't read the bad comments necessarily, right? Because I know that's their problem and not mine. But there was one the other day that was super long on a video I did, and I read it. This is terrible. This is stupid. And then they described every moment, and I was like, you had to have watched it 3 or 4 times. Bless your heart. I love you to death. Thank you.
You're my best fan.
Comment on every
You're my
video.
biggest fan.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want, right? And I'm like, they hated it so much that they had to really watch it a few times.
Story it down.
I'm like, okay, cool. But you know what? In there somewhere, something resonated with them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's all it, Okay, I got passionate out of them somehow. That's all I can do.
Emotion is still emotion.
Yeah.
And if you can create that emotion for somebody, whether it's good or bad, it's still you got to them. They still thought about you enough in their brain, and now you're living in their brain.
They need to make a comment about it.
That they're going to take the time to do that.
Yeah.
Dude, that's a win.
There's a thing called the savior complex too, where people want to save people. So when someone's really mad at you in a comment, those people are like, this is hard. I didn't think it was that bad. And all of a sudden you got people that really appreciate you more because someone's being a complete jerk. Yeah. And I have commented on more and I'm like, hey, well, thank you so much for the feedback. I don't quite agree with all of that. And they're like, well, I wasn't trying to be mean. I was just having a bad day. I'm like, well, cool, whatever. But I usually don't comment on the bad.
Well, I got to throw this one out there. So I had one personally. I did a video, how bad do you want it? Right?
Okay.
Like, how bad do you want it? Right.
Yeah.
And man, I went off. Right. I mean, it was pretty, and it got a lot of views. Right. But there's one person on there who said, well, apparently what you want really bad is to eat.
Right. Yeah. Okay. You know what? Here's the thing. If your message is so good that that's the only thing they can say because you sparked something within them, they're like, they know they're doing what they need to do, and that's all they can hit.
That's it. Yeah,
I had someone the other day. It was one of the videos like this. You can do it. I believe in you. You can. Something. And someone was like, "Ooh, let's start a cult," and I laughed. Because that was hilarious. And I'm like, well, I'll start a movement, not a cult. But I'm like, okay, that was. People are hilarious. Like if you really, people are so funny. But right? I'm like,
don't get hung up.
Yeah. Like, you know what? But if you're like me, I'm like, I do like to eat.
Yeah.
Thanks.
That's it. 100%.
You got suggestions on where I should eat?
Great sandwich just a few minutes ago.
Put it in the comments. I'm like, okay. That's so fun.
No, but that's it, right? We don't get hung up on that because let me tell you something. I'm still doing videos right now. In fact, we're on one as we speak.
Load, like, at speed, I'll post 3 to 5 a day, but your content load of longer content is intense, right? And I think what people need to understand is you do you.
Yeah.
And you love it. And I love it. In fact, I take a break from making videos to make more videos.
Yeah.
And I have 19 or 20 channels and I love all these different things, but it's just what I love.
Yeah.
And when you get to the point that you realize you're connecting with people and they enjoy it, that passion builds to the point where you can't wait to record. So all these people that are standing on the sideline, it's like, get in the water. It's fine. Yeah. Just get in the water. It's amazing. And once you get in, you don't want to get out.
That's true. That's true. Well, Cory, at random, I would love to keep you here all day, man. But I know you've got random places to be.
Me too.
And random things to do.
Absolutely.
What did we not tackle today that we should have?
I think the main thing we need to understand is we have value. Yeah. We have knowledge that people would pay for. Even if you've been in the business 6 months or 7 years, there's people that wish they had the knowledge you had.
That's true.
Your job is to help people, to inspire people, to share your message and who you are, and to let people that connect with you resonate with them. Don't hide your light behind a bush. Don't not show people what's going on. Your job is to put yourself out there and connect with the right people. And you're going to have haters. You're
going to have it, man.
But it's okay. But the greatest things in life didn't happen because people stayed in their comfort zone.
Yeah.
You know how to come up here with a horse and a wagon if someone wasn't like, I think we should have cars. Like you have got to push yourself out of your comfort zone. That's what greatness is.
Yeah.
And that's what we want to do is inspire people to realize there's greatness in them. How do we tap into it?
Don't deprive people what they need.
Oh, that's
and what they need is you.
Absolutely. Perfectly.
What a great message, man.
Yeah.
Well, Cory, when the folks out there want to find you, those that haven't already, because a lot of them already see you, brother, where do they find you, Cory? What's the best
my website is cory@random.com. So CORYAT random.com.
Boom.
On Facebook, I'm Cory Turner.
Okay.
Everywhere else, I'm Cory@random. You can find me there that way.
There it is. And you guys probably saw that run right across the bottom of the screen. And if you're in an industry or just want to get started with social media and just don't know where to start, get on the website. Go check this guy out. He's actually got some great training.
Yeah.
How to get yourself out there. And
you don't always have to dance. Yeah. Like you can actually be serious if you want to, whoever you are.
Yeah.
So,
I'd probably get a lot of views at how terrible I can dance, right?
Yeah.
That would probably get me way more views than this stuff.
I might need that comment. I'm like, hey, rhythm? Maybe.
But, guys, if you like Cory and you want to see him come back on the show, I know, Cory, you and I have talked about doing some stuff together. Obviously, Jerry and I will be doing a lot of stuff together moving forward. So, if you want to repeat or if there's something you want to ask, man, just comment down below.
Yes.
Hey, and do me a favor, go over and follow this guy if you haven't started following him already. And if you're not following me, follow me. Okay.
Yes, that's exactly right.
I'm going to show you the way, I promise.
And if you made it this far, you better follow because you've invested so much. It is very important. Hit that subscribe button.
And we're going to bring some great people on like Cory. We'll bring Cory back. And Jerry, man, I want to give a chance to kind of plug your services and what you do. You united me and Cory together, which, man, I appreciate that. But you're in the mortgage space and you're licensed in a few different states. Plug yourself, man. Put yourself out there.
Hey, Jerry Holcomb, I'm with Premier Lending. The reason I'm with Premier Lending is, one, this man here is awesome to be working with. I mean, he's teaching me so much that I needed to. Same as you with the record. But I've been in the business since 2003 doing loans here in Texas. I'm licensed in Texas and in Florida for my primary license, but we have license through the company that I can lend in about 34 states right now.
We're in our mid-30s.
I like it. Hey,
specializing in getting the right loan for the right person, because there's not a one size fit all. There's not a one rate fits all. There's not any of this. It's learning what's right for the client that makes them where they're actually getting out of the 100% interest rent trap and into a home and growing generational wealth. That's my role. That's what I'm passionate about.
Very good
I want to make sure that every client is getting taken care of to top-notch gold standard. And the reason I brought this guy on, just because I want to let you know, is I've been following forever. We became great friends.
Yes.
What he does for folks to get them to start recording and not have to have all the massive equipment that you guys really can't see.
That phone he pulled out of his pocket, that's all you need.
That's all you need. I've got agents that I've talked to that have the gimbals, they have all the lights, they have all the stuff, and they haven't even taken out the boxes.
Lights, camera, no action.
They've never taken
action.
No action. Sitting in the closet. No action. Lights, camera, no action.
And his program helps them to show that all they got to do is press record, hit the record, hit an edit, a two, or just post.
That's
Who
right.
cares?
Just post it. I mess up all the time.
It's amazing. The growth that I've had just since you and I've been working together and watching all the other people in other industries, not just real estate and mortgage, grow their stuff. I mean, he's working with a large builder here to help them grow their stuff. He's working with other things to help more people grow. But
he'll help you grow your business. That's my sharing is I want to share with everybody, from agents to clients to you to everybody else, to grow in their passions and help.
Well, I got to say this too. Jerry's not someone, he's not a taker. There's a lot of people like, just give me referrals, give me business.
Yeah.
This guy helps agents.
He does.
He has a website that your videos, it gets sponsored, it gets pushed out there, it gets more exposure. He joins like our calls and he's calling you saying, hey, let's work together. What do you want to do on those videos? It's like he is an active part of our community to help you move your business forward. Like, you owe it to yourself just to spend a few minutes with Jerry because, we have become friends.
Yeah.
And it's not just because we have a lot of things in common and we like stuff, but he has a passion for helping people like I do, like you do, Devin, right? And so when you find those people, you need to surround yourself with those people. Yeah. So, Jerry, what you're doing is phenomenal, and how you're helping people and reminding them, hey, I'm make another.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I did this the other day. By the way, the product we're talking about is called MoveTube, and it helps get their homes on TV.
Yeah, shout out to the guys at MoveTube.
Yeah, it's a phenomenal platform. If any agent would like to know more about that, hit me up. My information is scrolling down below here somewhere too.
Yeah.
But it helps grow their business, and that's what I'm at. Is lead first with
put your listings on TV.
And your sellers,
and they love it. The sellers,
right? There's an open house strategy in there, so you want to capture your clients and get them to the people that walk through that you think you'll never hear from again. Guess what? We've got a way to capture those people and re-engage with them to get them to become buyers down the road. So
exactly right.
So just take advantage of that stuff.
And I give it to the agents for free. just to create
great.
relationship.
Wait, there's more.
partnership. There's more.
That's right.
So
Buy
and
today.
it's really great. I mean, Cory, we're going to be doing some more funny videos.
Yes,
here in
we
a couple
are. We got a
weeks.
content creation day
Yeah,
coming.
and I can't wait to go out to that because the last one we did was amazing.
I'm going to be doing the behind the scenes video of that for promotion on starting Monday, so get ready.
Dude,
You might star
telling
in
you,
a scene or two.
it's it was probably one of the best days so far
We had
that
fun,
we've
didn't we?
had.
Yes.
I can't wait for the next one and the next one, and then we're going to do one in Addison.
Yes.
at the meeting place.
exactly
it's an
right.
awesome place for us to go to.
Exactly right.
So
We got some great events coming up.
Follow these guys. Follow
this
these
is-
guys. Go get all the scoop because they've got cool stuff coming right now here
Be
in
part
your
of the energy.
backyard.
Surround yourself. Be part of the energy. It makes it all easier.
Yeah,
Don't do this
that's
alone.
it.
Don't do it.
Yeah, come check out. It's going to be on the website, so you can go drop in
You'll
Cory
figure
at
this out.
random and find all this information there, and you should. And track down Jerry. You know, we're going to put
Yes.
all his information in there too. If you're a realtor and you're looking for somebody you can trust in 34 states or 30 something, right?
30 something.
Yeah, give him a call. You know, if you want to be able to list your houses on MoveTube and actually be on TV with your listings and give your clients more value, you know, reach out to these guys. They're going to be here to help you out. So, you know, I think you know by now the whole point of what we do here is to bring value to you. And I hope you keep tuning in. Thank you guys for following. And again, like Cory said, if you stuck it out this far, God bless you. Until the next time, we will see you then.
If you're a buyer, call me.
Right now.